I'm Charnel.
And I'm Erica.
And we're from SheAttack.com.
Welcome to our weekly series where we talk about topics that interest us.
Now sit back and enjoy the randomness.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something that makes you frustrated or you're impatient about. Like, you don't want to do it, but you want to do it because you like the game, but it's something that kind of just stresses you out in a way.
Well, I mean, there's stuff when I try to, beat a boss or something, I can't beat him, 3 times in a row, and then I'll stop playing the game for, months on end, and then come back and beat it.
Yeah.
There's shit like that. Or, if you win with only, for RPGs, if you win with only, one character alive, so they get all the experience and all the other characters don't.
Oh.
I hate that shit so much.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being kind of annoying.
But I don't know if that's, rage.
There's never been a time where, you threw a controller?
No.
Even when you were a kid, you never did?
No.
But then again, you know what it is. You mostly played RPGs, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, so I can't really see... I mean, I could see frustration happening, maybe, but actual rage, probably not, because you're in your own little world, you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
That's the extent of my rage is walking away from the game for a couple months.
Yeah. Because I know, with Dragon Age and these other games with bosses, if I couldn't beat it, I would turn it off too, and then when I came back, I would instantly beat it.
Yeah,
so,
it's you figured it out, and you're like, oh, snap, I can do that now.
And you feel so dumb, because you're like, man, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's actually easy. You just weren't, in the right state of mind or something. But yeah, with Rage, I think if you played more shooters, you'd probably have more stories to tell.
Probably. I feel like that's a thing.
Or even platformers. Back in the day, I would throw controllers because they were just so hard. Games were hard back then.
Yeah.
And you get right at the right moment. You're almost there. It's like the boss is almost dead, and then you die. And I just remember I used to throw controllers. Not crazy hard. I would just sort of toss them. Get out of my face kind of thing. I don't even want to hold this right now. It's kind of more like that. I never actually broke a controller or threw it with all my might. Yeah, I never, or broke the TV or something like that. I never went that far. But it was more of just, get away from me, and I would just sort of toss it, and that was it. That happened a lot, especially Super Nintendo days. Oh yeah. Games were tough.
That shit was resilient though, so.
Oh yeah. Those things never broke. You'd have to take a chainsaw to it or something for it to break. Consoles were durable. My 64, I got plugged in right now. It'll turn on easy.
64s are the best though.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing I can think of when it comes to you. I'm thinking because you've played so much RPGs that you haven't really had those rage moments.
No, nothing that I've lashed out with necessarily. So it's just pent up, just I need to beat this boss.
Or you've never taken it out on someone else? You get off your game, then your brother or someone comes in, you're just like, get out of here, I don't want to talk to you, or nothing, never anything like that?
No.
Wow.
And the only time I was really, really, really mad at something that someone else did was my boyfriend, he saved over my save file on Final Fantasy 13. So, because I went over to his house and I brought the game with me, and he was playing his file because he had his own file. And he accidentally saved over my file, which I had been, I was 15 hours more, ahead of him. And he saved over it. I came home and I immediately turned it on and started playing it, so I had a different file, because I was I started playing it from his file, but then I saved on another file, so there were 2 different ones. But I played for 3 more hours that night. I was I'm so pissed at him. I need to get back where I was.
Oh my gosh. So. Did you ever talk to him about it, or fight with him about it?
I told him about it, and then he it's fine now because I beat the game and whatever. But looking back on it, he's such an asshole. He was so I told him I beat the game. I was oh man, I beat the game. I was so excited. And he's well, the only reason you beat the game is because you used my file where I had all the items.
Oh.
And I was you know what? Fuck you, man.
You told him that?
Yeah. I was fuck you. It's not because you had all the items. He's yes, it is. I was no, I can't even with you right now.
He's all taking the credit.
Yeah.
And he's the one that went over your save. He saved over it. Wow. The nerve.
But that's I laugh about it now. It's really funny. But that's the only time where I was really, really pissed at someone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I've had those.
I'm a really calm gamer, I think.
Apparently. No, that's pretty good. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. At least you're not throwing stuff and going crazy. Because I know there's some people who just get angry. You know, I mean, it's on YouTube. People put up their videos and stuff. Some of it might be fake, but I know there's people who have to get that angry. I've heard them, you know, over the headset. If I'm playing online and stuff like that, people will yell at you, and just because they're having a bad game or whatever. And a lot of it is with shooters, I noticed. Because with shooters, it's like, and it's almost an insult at times when you die or you feel personally, I don't know the word, like insulted, I guess. That's the only word I could think of. It's like, I have to get that guy. Like, how dare he? How dare he kill me? I'm better than him. You know, it's more like things like that. And if you're just having a bad game altogether, it just gets worse and worse and worse. It gets to the point where you just have to turn the game off. And if you don't turn it off, it'll just continue to just boil up and you'll just explode. And it happens. I've had it happen. I know with Gears of War, I've had my moments, you know, nothing crazy, just real frustration and especially with the game, with lag or just whatever. The game just doesn't work properly, or I didn't get what I deserved, or at least I thought I didn't. And that would piss me off for sure. And you feel so stupid after once you calm down. You're like, oh, it's just a game. Like, why did I let myself get like that? You feel so dumb. But then you can't help it sometimes. It's just it's just in you, I guess.
Are you more of a competitive person?
Yeah, I think that's why.
Because I feel like a lot of competitive people have more rage than I do. Because I'm not competitive at all. Like, when I play competitive games, I'm just kind of like, I like to win, obviously, but I'm not willing to try harder to get the win. So that when I lose, I'm just like, I guess I did okay. And I'm not mad about it. But, like, people who lose because they want to win so fucking badly are just, like, they rage way more.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's true. I guess that's what it comes down to, is just the competitiveness of a person. If they're really competitive, they're going to get more upset because it's almost, I don't know, it hurts them in a way, I guess. They really want to win. They feel they're so good at this game and that they can't see it otherwise. It's like, yeah, sometimes you're going to lose, you know, and sometimes I'm okay with it. If I lose, it's not a big deal. It's more of my own personal performance, I guess. Even if the team loses, I just want to do a good job, and I of course want the team to win. But as long as I do okay, I'm cool. I'm good with it. And I've gotten way better. I'm not that bad. I never really was, but I've had my moments, I guess I should say. But now I've grown up more, and I think it's all about growing up. You just start to not care, and you don't take it as seriously. But yeah, definitely when I was little, I was very competitive. Even with local play, you know, just playing my cousins, we play Mortal Kombat, or we play, or even Mario Party, or these other games, because they were competitive, and I think it rubbed off on me. And because they wanted to win so bad, it's like I wanted to prove them wrong. Like, no, I can beat you. Let me, you know, do it. And then when I didn't, or I couldn't, I would feel just sour, salty. You know, I was a salty little kid. But in a way, I feel like it helps me get better too. So it's like, it's a give and take kind of thing. It's you know, it's not always bad, but yeah. Things in games that stress us out, just particular situations, challenges, or anything like that. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
We pretty much agree, I think, where it's like we hate being timed like, on anything, which is why I can't bring myself to go back and like try and finish Lightning Returns, is because that entire game is like one big time game. And I'm like, I don't want to play it.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind right away, was just being timed, especially in racing games and situations like Grand Theft Auto, for example. They'll say, okay, take this car and you got to get to this place in a minute, or you have to do this specific thing in 40 seconds or whatever. And it's fun to me. Like, I want to do it, but it stresses me out at the same time. I don't like it. I hate being timed. And I always worry that I'm not going to make it. And I'm just like stressed out over it. And then I just started playing Majora's Mask again, you know, for the 3DS. Love the game, but it's kind of the same thing. You have 3 days to do specific things. And even though you can control the time at a certain point, you can use the ocarina or your whatever instrument you have. And you could make time go slower, or you could start the 3 days over. You can do things like that. Even so, I still get kind of stressed because the time and the clock is on the bottom and it's just constantly ticking down. And it's like with a Zelda game, I'm so used to exploring and getting all the rupees and looking around and without having to worry about time. You just do your own thing. But now I'm just always thinking about time, and it kind of stresses me out. Even though I love it, it's like I'd probably prefer it not being there.
Yeah.
Even though that's like the whole part of the whole story, that's the main thing, that's the whole center, it still just kind of bugs me. So.
And that's the reason I've never played that game.
Really? Is that the main reason?
Well, I mean, yeah, actually it is. Because, like, people are like, oh, it's such a great game. And I'm like, I don't doubt that it's a great game. But, motherfucker, if I have to be timed in that game through the whole game, forget about it. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
So.
How do you feel about when games make you, what's the word? Like escort. You have to escort another...
No, escort missions.
Yeah, escort missions. How do you feel about those?
As long as they don't overdo it, then I'm okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've only had to do escort missions in really, like, MMOs, because most RPGs don't have them. Mm-hmm. And when they do have them, it's like the character's like a guest in your party, so it's kind of just like, you don't have to actually look out for that character. So it's really easy. But, yeah, no, escort missions are dumb. I think they're just, like, this useless-ass character that's following me around. Like,
yeah, because I know in Shadow of Mordor I had to do a escort mission. That's probably the most recent game I could think of. And it's kind of annoying because you have to make sure they don't get hurt. They have a health bar, their own separate health bar, and you see it going down, down, down. That kind of stresses me out because I'm like, man, protect yourself. Like, get in a corner or something. They're just out in the open and they're just getting attacked. And it's challenging. I like the challenge of having to fight people off for them. But then at the same time, if they are capable of fighting, I get kind of frustrated because I'm like, why aren't you fighting? Like, you're just standing there. So things like that. And then The Last of Us, there's a bunch of that too. And that was okay. It wasn't as frustrating because the AI was kind of dumb at times. They wouldn't even see the other person. There's a lot of people who complained about that the AI is so stupid, but it's such a great game. It's hard to knock it just for that. But yeah, escort missions, definitely. I don't mind them just as long as it's not hard. Too hard where it's like they're just getting hurt constantly and I have to do everything just to protect them. That kind of gets annoying sometimes. But I do like the satisfaction I get from it, from saving them and helping them and all that. It pays off. But getting there can be frustrating.
Something in Persona 3 that kind of is frustrating is that when you're going to Tartarus, basically the place that you fight, there's like two things. You have like the time where you fight and then the time where you like go to school and do all the social whatever. So when you go to fight or whatever, you're doing it at night. Mm-hmm. And if you fight too much or stay in the dungeon too much, your characters get tired. And they're like, oh, I'm going later. I'm too tired to fight. I'm going to just leave you. And then they can't fight for, like, they have to, like, recuperate. And, like, you can't fight with them for, like, another 3 days or so until they, like, heal up. And it's, like, the most annoying thing ever. Oh, my God.
That sounds horrible.
Because you're like, I want to get really strong. I want to get really strong really fast. And then everyone's like, I'm tired. Fuck you. And you're like, what?
And then they come back in 3 days. Like, really?
Yeah, or however long it takes for them to like recharge. It's really annoying.
It's crazy.
It's a good mechanic because it's like kind of realistic, but it's at the same time it's like you're playing an RPG where you have to dungeon crawl and level up, and you're like, this is counterproductive.
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah.
I could see that being annoying for sure.
Or
what?
Any game that has like an insane like skill level spike in it. I hate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hate that. Whereas all of a sudden just shit gets like 10 times harder than you're used to, and you're like, what is happening?
Like, what just happened? I was level 5, now you're treating me like I'm level 50. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, at some point the game just decides, oh, you know how to do all the things now do it all at once. And you're like, no.
Yeah. I can't think of a game off the top of my head, though, that I had that happen.
Any Tri-Ace game out there, basically. People will know who I'm talking about. Specifically, I'm looking at Resonance of Fate right now, but you won't know what that is. People out there will know.
Okay.
But
yeah, everyone else will know.
Everyone else will know.
Yeah, because all the games recently, I always feel like they, in my opinion, I feel like games have gotten easier, especially when it comes to action games and
Yeah.
shooters, stuff like that. It's not like it used to be, like we were talking about earlier, with games being all hard and everything. RPGs still have that challenge and stuff, but because games these days, I feel like they just start real easy, then they ease you into it, and then that's it. And a lot of the platformers I grew up with did that too, where the easy levels were at the beginning, then they gradually got harder and harder. So I don't know if I could really come up with examples of that where just out of nowhere it got extremely hard and just kind of fluctuated. And, I don't know if I have a good example for that.
Unless you, like, walked into, like, something that you're not supposed to, but then platformers really didn't really have that.
RPGs do, though. Like, Dragon Age had that. There was a time where, at the beginning, I found a dragon, and I was not prepared. I was not ready at all, and I just went out there and pretty much just died. Like, I didn't have a chance. So, yeah, I guess that could count. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. But that was my own. It wasn't like I had to go do that. That was a side thing, and that was up to me. And I could come back later when I'm ready. But linear games is just level 1, level 2, level 3. I've never really had that. I always felt like it gradually got harder, I guess, as it went. The bosses sometimes were really hard.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, like level 2 boss is extremely hard. Like I've had that. I think I've had that. Mass Effect, maybe something in there, maybe that did that. Yeah. So that's a good one though. It's a decent topic. It's something I actually came up with a topic.
Yay!
If this is in the video, I just want to let everyone know, Char is the mastermind behind these topics, and I finally came up with one. And it was about rage and frustration. And I don't know what brought it on. I was thinking of Majora's Mask, with the whole time thing.
You were getting salty.
A little bit. I mean, it's a tough game. I forgot how hard it could be at times to figure out what do I do next, because and that's another thing. If I don't know what to do, I'm looking for someone or something, and that time's ticking. It's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't know what to do. And I think it makes me stress out, and then I don't think clearly and think of what's right in front of me. The answer's right there, and I don't even see it because I'm concerned about the time. And that sucks. But I love the game. I love Zelda. It's just a different take on Zelda, because Zelda, we're so used to just being able to explore and being able to go at our own pace pretty much. And yeah, this isn't how I remember it. Yeah, so I think that's what brought this whole topic about and gave me inspiration to come up with a topic for once.